Raze is looking to be the most overpowered agent in all of Valorant. She's an entry fragger and playmaker capable of getting tons of picks and dominating the enemy with tons of explosives, and has such a high potential impact level, she might be one of the best 1v5 characters in the whole game. All that being said, in this video, let's break down each and every one of her abilities, as well as giving you tips and tricks so that you can start dominating with this busted hero right now. If you like Valorant content here at Gamely, we're going to be doing daily uploads from now on, so do yourself a favor and smash that subscribe button right now. We got no time to waste, so let's just jump right into it, shall we? Let's kick it off with Raze's first ability, Boombot. But generally, it's being called the Roomba, so that's what we're going to call it here. So the Roomba is a throwable bot that travels along the ground. It will travel in a straight line, but it will bounce off any walls it hits. If it sees an enemy in front of it, it will lock onto them, chase them, and it will explode if it's nearby and do heavy damage. So you might be asking, what can the enemy do to stop this bot from just coming up to them and exploding? Well, it actually can be shot quite easily, so it has a great deal of counterplay. However, that doesn't mean you can't get any value out of it. If you use it inside smokes, it can easily find an enemy and it's harder to shoot, and it can track an enemy even through the smoke, which is really powerful. You can use it to gain information. If you follow behind it, you wait for it to find an enemy, the enemy has to shoot it, and if they shoot it, you gain precious info about where they are. You can use it to make a play on them or even get a kill altogether. It has a lot of uses, and I think how creative you get with combining this with other abilities is going to be the deciding factor on how much value you get out of it. Now let's talk about the next ability we have on the list, and it's Blast Pack. Now Blast Pack is going to have 2 potential charges, and if it helps you understand it better, it's a C4 that you can throw on walls and surfaces. It will stick to surfaces and it will explode after a couple seconds, and it will do damage to any enemies as well as CC them around or boop them around. Now, something that's really cool about Blast Pack is Raze herself won't take any damage from Blast Pack, but it will still boop her. That means that you can use it to easily get up onto the high ground or push you around natural cover to make a play on the enemy. It's extremely powerful in that way, and unlike a lot of other movement abilities like Jett's Tailwind, if you get it blasted around the corner with Blast Pack, you're not going to have that weapon delay. So if Jettwind wants to tail around natural cover into enemies LOS to try to make a play on them, she's going to have this really annoying weapon delay, which won't happen with Blast Pack because technically the ability is already out, the weapon delay has already happened by the time the Blast Pack actually explodes, so you could fire on the corner, already have your weapon out, and make a play on the enemy. Now there is something really important for you to know about Blast Pack is that you will still take fall damage. So if you actually make yourself fly up too high up in the air or off a box or something like that, you can definitely still take some fall damage with your Blast Pack even if you don't take damage from the explosion. So really keep that in mind. If you're at a really low life total, don't Blast Pack off the high ground. Don't do it. Anyways, let's talk about the third ability about Raze before we get to her ultimate, and it's Paint Shells. Paint Shells is a grenade that when it explodes into tinier, small grenades. Now you might be thinking, okay, it's just a grenade, it's not that big of a deal. But the thing is, Paint Shells is actually extremely broken. The thing is, if you get anyone even near Paint Shells, it can kill them for full HP. If you've been following beta footage at all, you'll see Paint Shells get kill after kill on the kill feed. It's incredibly powerful, and it's great for throwing in hotspots. You want to throw it when enemies come out of teleporters, when they're pushing through smoke, when they're trying to cap a point. Paint Shells can punish enemies that are grouped together, funneling through choke points, or even hiding behind natural cover. It's one of the most lethal grenades we've seen, and it's great for securing tons of kills, especially if you know exactly where to bounce it off to get it where you want to. Now let's talk about the last, but certainly not least, ultimate of Raze. It's Showstopper. Now, Showstopper is literally a rocket launcher. Yep, that's right. You whip out a rocket launcher with only one shot, but this one shot can lethal enemies from full HP and full armor. A few things that you should understand about Showstopper before we get into the nitty gritty is actually damage is actually consistent through the whole area. So if you get used to the blast radius of the Showstopper, you know exactly where to shoot it in order to make sure that you get that one shot kill. Now, what's some cool things that you can do with Showstopper? Well, you can actually combine it with your Blast Pack. You can make it so that you fly at an enemy and you can Showstopper and one-shot them, or you could double Blast Pack, launch yourself up in the air, and Showstopper even above natural cover or walls. The Showstopper has a lot of potential, and it's really good at killing multiple enemies that funnel through choke. You can kind of see how Raze's kit comes together to allow you to get tons of kills between her Roomba, between her Showstopper, her mines, and her Blast Pack to set her up in these insane positions and create mobility-based plays. She has a kit that overall allows her to be a fragger or an entry picker. She kind of takes the same role as someone like Jett, who has abilities that really help her confirm kills. But I think she has an advantage over Jett in the fragger category because her abilities are just insanely powerful. I mean, right now, Raze is probably the most powerful pound-for-pound character in the entire game. she can get tons of kills, she can carry team fights, and creates tons of pick opportunities. If I had to pick one character in the entire roster that had the capability to 1v5 the most consistently, I would definitely pick her. She has explosive abilities that can get kills, she has an ultimate that can easily one-shot 1 or 2 people, as long as they're pushing together, which happens a lot. Showstopper is almost a guaranteed kill. If you know someone's peeking around a corner, you can just shoot them right at their feet, you're gonna kill them. It's an easy way to bounce a 1v2 into a 1v1 or even just win it altogether. I also think that because of the blast pack, you can make these really cool plays, and she actually has a pretty high skill ceiling as far as entry fraggers are concerned. Now, I don't think that she brings that much utility to her team, but she really makes up for it with just getting raw picks and having raw value and impact on the table. I definitely think that if you want to be the playmaker and the all-star of your team, definitely pick her up, and you can have a blast blowing people out of the water. Anyways, if you like Valorant content, do me a favor and smash that subscribe button. We're going to be pumping out consistent Valorant content going forward, so don't miss out on any of the guides we have to offer. That's all we have for you today. I'm Coach Mills, and until next time.